Today we're going to speak about a man who has a long history in the politics of Karnataka and presently helms affairs at the Congress party, Mallikarjun Kharge. But there are lots of indications and the experts will either agree or they shall dispel all my doubts about that. Is 2024 Kharge's last hurrah? Is it going to be the last time that he is actively participating in active politics? You know what? If there is one name which lends some credence to the Congress party today, it is Mallikarjun Kharge. For more than 50 years, there has never been a time when Kharge's name has not been on the list of candidates list in Karnataka. But this time around, the grand old man of the Congress party has decided to sit out. In his place, it is his son-in-law, Radhakrishna Doddamani, who is fighting from Gulbarga, who is very confident that he shall sail through comfortably. The reason is only and only Kharge. His son-in-law for decades managed his affairs, his political work, and knows the constituency very, very well. Second reason which is being touted is that this shall be Kharge's last election, and in the sense that he shall indeed campaign for the party in Karnataka, he may also campaign for various candidates. But fighting an election in Karnataka this time around was a foregone conclusion. There is a feeling that his absence from Karnataka may impact the elections in a manner of the Bhishma Pitama missing from the battlefield in Mahabharata. Is Mallikarjun Kharge now all prepped to be the prime ministerial candidate and be pitted against Narendra Modi? Let's debate. Is he looking at the larger picture? Let's debate. Experts are joining us. BS Arun, senior journalist, Vijay Grover, senior journalist and political analyst, and we shall also be joined by Professor Chambi Puranik, political analyst. Very, very warm welcome to all of you. Vijay Grover, you know, lots of theories going around. But do you think that Kharge he's 81, I think, if I'm not wrong. There is someone who's much older than him, and that being Mr. Devegowda, who's still active in the sense that he decides that Mandya comes to his son, so on and so forth. So I'm asking you that, do you think it is Kharge's last hurrah so far as Karnataka is concerned, that he shall be a guiding force, but will he be an active participant? Maybe not.
Well, Sudha, one thing about Mallikarjun Kharge, and I've known him for nearly 3 decades now,
Wow.
I can think that, he is a person who doesn't give up so easy. In fact, when he was made the Congress president, a lot of, even journalists had, mocked the fact that, how will he manage the party, and, there were a lot of charges which were made that, he could not handle affairs. But we've seen that in the time that has gone by, he's been able to, show his mettle and show his capabilities in terms of bringing people around. And that's something that you have to credit him. Now, the fact that he's given this constituency to his son-in-law, Radhakrishna, who's again a political strategist and knows Kharge's mind inside out, will take the same mantle ahead and will be able to ensure that, the defeat that Kharge suffered last time around is avenged. So that is something which is the first task that Radhakrishna has, that he wants to take back the Gulbarga constituency, and that is something which is the primary effort. But Mallikarjun Kharge, the fact that his mere presence as a Congress president has given a lot of enthusiasm to Congress workers, not only in Karnataka but across South India, for they seeing that a national party has a president from the south after a long, long time, and that's something which will be very important, because after Narasimha Rao, we're seeing that this mantle is being now held by Mallikarjun Kharge. So how he will coordinate things, and the Congress which is expecting a better performance from the south, clearly Kharge will have a key role to play. And let's see that, as the campaign moves on, and, as he's able to travel states, how he's able to make the impact to show that the Congress will be the main opposition party.
So what you're saying, what I could surmise is that perhaps he's the Bhishma Pitama still. Of course, no one is denying that. I'm not denying. I said, but the thing is that he is not going to he's not going to get onto the floor and, deal with the nuts and bolts of fighting an election in Karnataka. BS Arun, do you think that he's now eyeing a larger canvas for himself and it is perhaps the last hurrah in Karnataka for Mr. Kharge, as in fighting any kind of elections. And what he is looking at is, he is looking at maybe to be pitted against Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a probable prime ministerial candidate, BS Arun. Is that the kind of thing that Mr. Kharge is looking at?
No, I don't think I don't look at it that way. And Kharge himself has said when the India grouping, a couple of them, a couple of the leaders have said that Kharge should be projected as the prime ministerial candidate. Kharge himself said that the time has not come for that, and we need not make any announcement, and we should first look at the unification of all the parties and the candidate selection, etc. So he himself is not looking at being a rival to Mr. Modi. And his party himself did come to his aid in a way. The Congress made no statement about the choice of the couple of the India grouping leaders. So that is not the thing that he is looking at, I'm sure. But then he wants to prove himself as the party president. This is the first national election that Kharge would be facing as the president of a major political party. The only one of the only two national parties that the country has seen. So to that extent,
so Arun, are you also
contemplating-
saying, will you agree that maybe he's looking at orchestrating the elections, but he's out of the whole election machine thing of fighting, campaigning for himself? Yeah, he's given it to Radhakrishna Doddamani. There is no two ways. He can give it to anyone he wants to. But can you imagine a man who's keeping the Congress, the perception is together? If he had fought elections in Karnataka, it would have been such a big fillip to the Congress party, to all the workers in Karnataka, don't you think?
No, I don't think so, because the very fact that Kharge is the party president, that itself, will enthuse the workers. It has been doing so. You have seen the triumph of the Congress party in the 2023 assembly elections. Karnataka, the party won with a huge margin as against the BJP. So I don't think Kharge contesting himself in Gulbarga, in Kalaburgi, or any other seat would matter much. Kharge, in any case, would be traveling and would be campaigning in Karnataka as he would do in various other states. So that should not matter. In any case, one of his own family members is contesting from that seat. Doddamani himself has been
Right.
a party
Yeah.
organizer as well as Kharge's eyes and ears for quite long. So that should not matter, and I don't think that will
All
be
right.
a
Okay,
minus
so
point
so
for the
both of
party
you,
or for himself.
yeah, so both of you feel that you're saying no to whatever I raised, which is fine, but then you also did say that he's now stepped back and has a, like in television we say, a top angle. I mean, he's looking at things from the top. And that is what my thing was, that is it curtains for him so far as elections are concerned. Vijay, I want to ask you, 2019 he loses elections, am I right? You've known him, you said, for 3 decades, and you are as good as your last election is what people usually say. Although I don't agree, there are lots of statistics where you could have lost your last election, but look at this, he loses 2019 and now he is also at an age. Plus, I hate this age business, because I think age is only a number. I mean, look at Deve Gowda ji, look at lots of other people who are hitting the ground running. So that doesn't matter. But there is also an age, he's to 81. Then we also see that he is helming the Congress party, which is Karnataka, they won. Telangana, he's been a guiding force. Overall, he seems to be succeeding with some major controversies, which is another conversation. So I am asking you, that is 2019 sitting eclipsing, did that in any manner also perhaps stopped him from saying that, okay, let me try my kismat yet again?
Well, see, Sudha, I will just look at it very differently. When 2019 he lost against a wave, which is very clearly, and the fact that the Prime Minister campaigned twice in his constituency against him. And that was something which was, not very common those days, because Prime Minister would rarely visit a constituency twice to campaign for his candidate. And that was clearly a messaging to show that, Mallikarjun Kharge uh, had to be defeated, and that is where the entire strategy was. Now, even after the defeat, the Congress party reposed faith in him and did not, say that, okay, boss, you done your best, you lost, so need to be sidelined. The fact that he was immediately in the Rajya Sabha, and that was something which was again an important thing for him. And the fact that he was given the responsibility of a Congress president even after the defeat shows that how much the party is depending on him, because he is the tallest Dalit leader we have now,
Sure.
and that's something across parties, and that's what the Congress also understands, that if he's the Dalit face. And I had also earlier said that if only the Congress had projected him as the prime ministerial candidate officially, there would have been hardly any rejection to his name, because we've not had a Dalit prime minister, and that could have been something which would have gone down,
All right.
not just with the Congress, but also its allies, and that would have made a major impact. So we're not ruling out still the fact that he could be pitted against
Yes.
Prime Minister Modi, and that is something. But depending on the performance of the Congress and the India alliance as to where it takes shape.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Kharge is a little reserved and showing his or staking claims for leadership, but the fact is that he knows what he's doing and
All
when
right.
it needs to be done.
All right. Arun, like we heard what Vijay said, he said tallest Dalit leader. I accept that. Everyone knows that. He says he could be pitted against Modi provided the India alliance does well. All that is a big question mark. I don't want to punt on the results. But then, all this is in the realm of speculation. Tell me, Arun, he is the tallest Dalit leader. He is very respected. 50 years in Karnataka politics. What happened? Why did he never become chief minister? You look at 2004, you look at 2013, you look at 2018. 3 chances. Vijay is actually raising his hand. But I want to know from you, Arun, that if he is so capable, that why is it that he lost a chance thrice? So now the only option for him is, even recently when he was asked, what about, he said no chance, there is no vacancy. He laughed and he walked off. So I'm saying that, why was he never made the chief minister? And this time around, I think looking at all this, he decided enough of Karnataka, let me now only concentrate on New Delhi.
Yes, Kharge lost out all the 3 times, in fact, by a whisker. And in 2013 and, recently now, it was Siddaramaiah, the backward classes leader. And Siddaramaiah himself had, possibly had a majority of the MLAs with him. And we cannot deny that in 2013 especially, and now, it was Siddaramaiah who had then joined the Congress. He led the party from the front. He took a march, the Padayatra to Ballari, and then galvanized the party and brought the party to power. So he was the natural climate for the chief ministership. And we all know what happened last year when there was a tussle for the chief ministership between him and DK Shivakumar. In fact, Kharge was not really in the race last year. Of course, he would have been the high command's nominee, but then the 2 leaders would have agreed.
But why should he?
So
but why? No, Arun. If I have been kicked upstairs to Delhi, why should I get back to Karnataka and fight all these battles between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah? I just think Mr. Kharge is now focusing on the national level, on the national stage, and perhaps I may be proven wrong, but my gut says that he's out of Karnataka politics. It's curtains for Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. Professor Puranik has also joined us. Where were you, Professor Puranik? Namaskara. I was waiting for you for such a long time. I'm just completely run out. Unmute yourself, Professor Saab. Unmute yourself, sir. Yes, sir, I want to, this is the topic today. We are asking that is this the last hurrah of Mallikarjun Kharge, Professor Saab, that he does not, he's given it to Radhakrishna Doddamani from Gulbarga. He's not interested in Karnataka politics. He just wants to be pitted against Narendra Modi as a potential prime ministerial candidate. Do you think you agree or you don't agree?
Well, I mean, it is not curtains down, fully, as you say, but it's unfortunate that Mallikarjun Kharge perhaps, has declined to contest from Gulbarga, which is his strong forte. But last time he was humiliated by that defeat. So I think still he is worried about the kind of games or whatever the gamble that he should take or not should not take. That's one thing. Second thing is, last time, to avoid Mr. Siddaramaiah becoming chief minister, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar proposed the name of Mallikarjun Kharge for the chief minister's post. But, High Command didn't agree because majority of MLAs were with Mr. Siddaramaiah. So they thought, Shivakumar can have it for the next half or whatever the kind of 2020 game which earlier they had with the JDS also. That's one thing. Second thing is, I think, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is better off in Rajya Sabha than contesting Lok Sabha under the circumstances, according to my opinion. But in the Gulbarga itself, probably if he had contested, he couldn't have paid more attention and done the campaign work and all that. So therefore, it would have been double risk. So having been at the national level, I think he will be definitely recognized as a national leader and Dalit leader, as the other panelist mentioned. So from that point of view, I think he has taken a wise decision not to contest and ask for seat for his son-in-law. Whether his son-in-law wins or not, that's difficult. Even when itself himself is doubtful of winning the parliament seat, perhaps his son-in-law also may not do it. So I don't think Congress has bright chance in Gulbarga, though they are in power, the guarantees are there and all that, because there is a kind of Modi image which is there, which will definitely tilt in favor of BJP, and BJP will retain that seat. That's what we are. So your Congress guarantee schemes and his son-in-law and Mallikarjun Kharge himself coming and making campaigning or seeking votes for his son-in-law, I don't think it will work or cut with the voters. The voters will think this is a Lok Sabha election. At the center, BJP government is there. So that kind of advantage for the constituency Gulbarga as well as for the other. So perhaps these things may overweigh in the minds of voters, because even it is too early to say that. But as of today, the trend says BJP is very aggressively campaigning, whereas Congress has already, is already in a lot of infighting and dissidents. You look at that Kolar seat. If such a thing is a message sent across, what will people of Karnataka think? They are not in a position.
Professor Saab, but BJP also look at they are like Navagrahas today. They are fighting everywhere, sir. What is this? Every day there is news about he's fighting him. You look at, every day, poor Yadurappa has to run from pillar to post, pacifying people. Sadananda Gowda, there, Chettar, here someone else, somebody is also spoken. So it is worse in the BJP, Professor Saab, than it is Congress. Yes, Kolar happened. But BJP, Karnataka unit is in bad shape. Everyone is saying nepotism, dynastic politics, selfishness. Vijay Grover, I'll go to Vijay Grover next. Vijay, I want to ask you something that you had, raised your hand when I was saying, how come Mallikarjun Kharge did not manage to become chief minister even once? When I asked Arun.
So the caste politics is a very crucial element as far as, Karnataka is concerned. And the first time around when the opportunity came, S.M. Krishna was the chief minister, and being a Vocaliga, S.M. Krishna had a bigger influence in the cloud, and Mallikarjun Kharge became the transport minister and the home minister at that time, and had to, play number two to S.M. Krishna. So this was, though he was number two, but influentially he was a very crucial minister in the government at that time, because Dr. Rajkumar's kidnap happened during that tenure, and as a minister he was negotiating and sorting the issues at that time. The second time around, since Siddaramaiah, as Professor also said, was new entrant into the party, and somewhere down the line, having known Kharge, as I told you, he's not the one who will become, a strong contender. It's my way or highway kind of politics. He saw sense in the fact that if Siddaramaiah was with the party, it would help the party in a bigger way. So he opted out of that race at that time, and that is how he missed the bus second time around, giving way to Siddaramaiah, because clearly that was something as the OBC vote bank the Congress was losing. It felt that Siddaramaiah could do more justice, and that is how, with more MLAs to in this thing, Siddaramaiah edged him out.
But
so clearly, but this did not force any disgruntlement in Kharge. He continued to work for the party as the president, and that was something which was very crucial because
Sure.
building a
I mean,
party is also a
The
challenge.
commitment is there. He opts out. He's a team player. All that is fine. But to me, it looks like that, he is saying goodbye to politics in Karnataka, active politics in Karnataka, and he is now looking at the national stage. Whether it happens or not, only time will tell us. But if you look at Kharge ji and Modi ji, their repartee, I mean, it's something else to watch. I think Kharge has emerged as one man who can stand in front of Narendra Modi and exchange that repartee and banter. Thank you so much, BS Arun. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Professor Saab.